Okay, so the audio file is now available on my website along with other information supporting that, and you can download it there. I'm going to go over that here in a little bit. But before I do that, I would like to talk a little bit about the Soul's Journey's Path, the unique Soul's Journey's Path. That's something that you find with the internal awareness. It's not based on external information. It is internal awareness. Things that you already know, that if perhaps you're spending a lot of time looking outside of yourself, you're tuning it out. And you may wonder why you are feeling out of balance, because everything that you need to know is already within you. When you gain more of your soul awareness, the things that you had previously known will begin to be revealed within you. When you seek things outside of yourself or through external means, it should be for the point of learning, of observation, but it should not be the motivation through which you express yourself uniquely. This is the reason why you don't need to follow anybody, because everything is within you. You are a unique expression that has the ability to express itself in a way that no other being has. My encouragement is that you lean towards that. Don't follow anybody, but co-create for the benefit of all life. That is your pure, true intention in regard to the love that you have always been. So that's my encouragement to you. And that's what this channel initially began to do, was to create community so that we could co-create with one another, a movement of individuals that were responsive to one another and accountable to one another and respectful to one another, but at the same time, each individual being their own leader. It's not a competition here on Earth, on the surface Earth anyhow. It seems to be very competitive because of the conditions here consciously. But that's not the real way things are done here in this universe. It's done on a co-creative level. Either you're consciously co-creating or unconsciously. Trust me when I say this, that you are co-creating either way. Either you're going to be aware of it, and it's going to be a very specific intention, and you're going to know who you're co-creating with and for what reasons, or you're going to be acting out, co-creating unconsciously, being directed by other energy and other consciousness. I would encourage you to be able to go within, because everything is there, and there's a peace that you find if you can tap into the smallest part, which is allowing yourself to do it. First of all, that's the big thing. Most people don't allow that to happen because there's so much external things occurring that they're moved and directed and led by the external phenomenon and the things that are around them. It's important to realize that you have everything that you need within you and that you can be content with that. And it's perfect to be content with that. And you're not in competition with anybody. There can be no other than you, as well as the rest of us. There can be no other than me. So with that comes a gratitude and a joy. You rediscover certain things like, I am the love that I have always been. And it becomes not a truth, but a complete awareness. And what comes with this is a joy, a content, and a peace. You don't need to follow anybody or anything. You are your own leader. But it's very important. Oh, well, let's just say this. As you do that, you really understand the respect for all life. And you understand what it means for the love of all life. You realize it's not like this. It's not a hierarchy. It's not like, oh, this is more, I have to give more love to this. I have to give more affection to this. No. That becomes a biased position, and it becomes a judgment. But when you're walking in the awareness of how you're connecting to all things, and that there is no sense of greater or lesser, it's all the same thing, that love goes towards everything equally. It's called balance. Balance is nice. I like it. It makes you feel content, because that is a perfect space in order to be content. It's realizing things for what they truly are, and then seeing the greater potential in all of it. It's all internal. There's not the external. Your information doesn't come from the experiences that you have. Your information comes from the revelation of who and what you truly are, and that's internal. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the website, and I'll explain a few things there. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll through the menu here, and I would recommend going through the menu so you can see what else is here. Okay, as you can see, Awakening the Inner Mentor, Sequence 1 and 2 Cathara Points, the Maharic Seal. Somebody is sending me something. The Quick Seal, and this is the page that we're going to be checking out right here. You have the Anahazi Lexicon and the Aquarian Words, Introduction to the Sound and Light Techniques, which is my favorite thing because that's my technique, which I think is the coolest and the quickest effective technique that's available. But you know when you know, and I do know and nobody else does. Just saying. I know people are going to read a lot into what I just said there. It's like, what do you mean he knows and nobody else knows? Yeah, well, that takes some explaining. Anyhow, so one of the reasons for me doing this is to show you how it's laid out and what's available, and in contrast to that of the phone, how things look on your phone. All right, so if you have a computer, please do go to the computer. All right, so the first audio file that I have here is the Introduction to the Tribal Shield, background information, things that you should be knowing. And then the second one is the Tribal Shield Activation creates Q zones, explaining what Q zones are. So I thought I would go ahead, and upload these two audio files so that you can come back here and listen to them when needed. All right, I would recommend listening to them before you do any of this stuff, and let it be known that in order to do the Tribal Shield, you must do the Maharic Seal. All right, that's the reason why I have the Quick Seal on here, and I did the video. That Quick Seal video was the precursor to doing this technique, and the video that got taken down was not the Tribal Shield activation technique. It was the precursor to the technique. This is where the technique will occur on this page. Learning how to sing the the Tribal Master Song is how you're going to go about doing this, and everything else is laid out on this page. All right, so on your phone, this download button for this audio file, which is the singing of the 12 tribes of that master song, will be located just beneath the second audio file, just above here, okay? Just so you know. Download this. It is a WAV file. It's not a PDF. It's a WAV file, and it's a high quality audio file, all right? Now, what I have below here, and I'm going to let you listen to this so you know how it sounds, but what I have here is a video that you can't see on your phone, unfortunately. You can see it perfectly on your computer if you had one, but you can't see it on the phone. That's unfortunate. The reason why I created the video is so that you could see the names as it's being sung, so as you're practicing it, you can read it. So that's why I did this. So I'm going to go ahead and play it so you can hear what it sounds like, okay? I'm going to go through it once. Araya zotara zafadun aturda maahutaku uyun zuzen ki chiazun ya leongum mihatakra oi ramian shrivdaum iona tua tielu nu aguhalike amikasani tordu maahali bruel Aishu tu ishu. All right, so that gives you an idea, hopefully. So that's what you want to sing along to, and hence the reason why it's spelled out here. And I included the chart for it so that you could take a screenshot, but you can't do it because it's too small on the phone. And the other problem that I ran across was the resolution quality. It doesn't translate well, at least it doesn't on my phone. So this is what I'm going to do, and I've offered this before when I was beginning the preparation for this technique, and in association to the video that was taken down was what I offered was the PDF for this. Okay, so at the top of the page, you can see my email address. All you have to do is contact me, and I'll send that PDF to you, okay, if you're interested. All right. Following this is the combination of the three Master Psalm suffixes, all right? So, gives an explanation here of what you can do and what to avoid. As far as the sequences, the combinations, as an example, you see here, tribe 1, 4, and 7 to be sung. Okay, so you can use various combinations, and this is easy to read on your phone, by the way. I enlarged this, I enlarged the print so that you could see it quite well, and you have no problem reading that on your phone, all right? And then you have the suffix combinations again. All right. The suffixes are the activation tones, just for your reference. And I included the angelic 12 tribes and Indigo Magi Grail Line summary chart. Okay. As mentioned in my previous video, I was running into some discrepancies. However, here is the information. Take it for whatever it's worth. All right. Also, I included the PDF for the Mente grids, all right? This was obtained through Noel Tobin, and I put it in a PDF format, all right? So, however, again, the resolution on the phone is ridiculous. You can't read it. And you need to blow it up because it's so small, you have to enlarge it. So when you enlarge it on the computer, it's perfectly fine. You can read it. As you can see, you can read that. It's easy to read, right? No problem. I mean, I'm recording this through a screen capture device, which is not all that good of a screen capture device, and it may be a little bit blurry, but from where I'm looking at it, it's clear. You may be able to see that. It's very clear, easy to read. All right, so let me not overdo this here. All right, so there it is, folks. All right. I greatly appreciate everybody who has been of assistance to me. I have gone through some pretty heavy things here as far as health-wise over the last few years. And when you get older, folks, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to lay it out here for you. When you get older and things go south, You don't have the resiliency that you had when you were younger, especially when you get ill. If you get ill, you can lose everything. And I did. And if it wasn't for folks like you, I wouldn't have survived. And I still need assistance and I still need your help because, like I said, when you lose your momentum, especially as you get older, it's this is the reason why people end up homeless, folks, is because they may have professions and everything else, and things shift, and next thing you know. All right, so just to mention, of course, if I can, and what my plans are, is to continue doing what I'm doing, but not in the same direction. I'm changing it to my unique Soul's Journeys path. This is what I began this channel with, folks. This is what I began with. And what I was looking to do is to create community where people could co-create with one another and for them to be able to express genuinely what they have to offer as a unique, individuated being. All right? I have come full circle. I wish to collaborate and to co-create with others. This is a universe of co-creation. You are co-creating either on a conscious level or unconscious level. My recommendation and encouragement, and always has been, is to co-create on a conscious level with pure intention for the benefit of all life. Okay? So let us continue. Let's be there for one another. Let's co-create with one another. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.